So very good evening to everyone, and I extend my profound thanks and gratitude to our President CREDAI, Rajshekhar Saab, and the office bearers. And I am little bit wondering. I asked him. It's already 8 o'clock now. So basically, my profession starts as a lecturer. I was assistant professor in Usmania. Maybe I think that carried me in my life. Wherever I go, in addition to administrator, I keep becoming teacher. So teacher has a one bad habit, that mic always get attached unless and until you alert. So maybe it may be bad for you, it may be good for me. They switched off the lights, so I cannot see your body language. Whether you are liking or disliking, I cannot see you, na. So I will, in one way I will go. If lights are there, at least that will alert me. So morning also I was telling I was talking to Shiva Reddy. I called Rajshekhar Saab. I thought this is the one day session. People shall lead life with fun, lead life in crescendo. Unless and until you don't have the fun and that kind of hilarious the moments in the life, I think the very purpose of the life we are not leading, irrespective of things happening. So morning I asked him. So one day means we should have some time to entertain our people. Then I asked Shiva Reddy spoke to me, the mimicry artist. So he will engage the people maybe some half an hour, 1 hour very effectively. Then I asked, no, it's only evening session, not day long session. So that time he was talking in phone, the Shiva Reddy. He said, sir, you are walking. Then he only told, see sir, my senses are like that. No, I could perceive you are walking. You are talking to a doctorate in neurobiology. And also I was telling to him, see, the great psychologist, international psychologist said, of course God has given wonderful trait, that is the power of speech. We thought through which we are communicating. But the great international psychologist says that your language, your words carries only 8% of total message you are receiving. So 55% the message is being taken from your face. Face is the index of the mind. Second, eyes. Eyes is the index of the soul. Then your body, the physiology and other aspects. So all these will take 55%. 55% of total message will be taken from my face, eyes and my body. 38% is my tone. So I told Shiva Reddy, my tone will be talking to you by, out of 100%, 38% we are taking. So that's why you are telling me I am walking. Yeah, it will tell the tone. That's what I gave the example also. The tone of Mother Teresa and tone of our mother. There is a lot of difference. It tells. So that way it passes message. Whether you get bored or not, whether lights on or switched off, I was given the time by our Rajshekhar Saab. I may take maybe 15-20 minutes. Before that, to start with, I think great thing happened on 22nd. That is the Prana Pratishtha of Lord Rama. Why I am telling this? I have been telling the students especially. Recent happenings, if you see, about 10-15 days ago, Geetam College, the girl who joined BTech CSC, only 4 months old, she went up, jumped. Prior to that is a national news, PBA student from Bangalore, some parent commented, one of the parents, I do not remember, father or mother, she committed suicide. Then one engineering fellow from the same Bangalore, so one paper he got failed. One paper. There are so many papers in BTech. That will be 5 years. You can keep writing 5 years also. because one paper he lost, he committed suicide. Then Maharashtra, Karnataka government, no, let us not do this, lot of tension is there, lot of stress is there, so let us start with exams with open books. My point is that is only symptomatic, you should diagnose the issue. Why I am telling is, in Kota you see, that is the competition capital of India, the best brains will go there. They also started doing that. In the beginning there was hangings, so they removed ceiling fans. After that they are jumping from the windows. They closed the windows with iron, this thing. Then they are going up and jumping. So they closed those doors also. And then they are cutting the hands. They removed that also. Still they are committing. Last year, by August, 23 students committed suicide. All these things I am telling. Now wonderfully, now Ayodhya, Lord Rama Pran Pratishtha happened. His life you see, either in the student life, or in the marriage, post-marriage, after children, and at end time, all with problems. Lord Rama taken all problems and the positives at the same perspective. That is the need of the hour for our society. So my point is that you always say builders, lot of tension sir, wherever I interact, so much tension sir, how to deal these people? Some fellow will keep asking, so keep bothering, totally malconditioned, mentally twisted and distorted, very difficult to argue because they keep coming na. So they file a complaint in M-Form, I keep adjudicating. So they keep telling, these people always, because they are malconditioned, they will keep talking. Why do you need to respond for every aspect? There is no point in that. So my point is, let us not take that. For that only this recent one, for every section of the society I am telling, your section always keep telling, no, so many problems. And with regard to credit, or with regard to taking up the project and the construction material, dealing with home buyer, dealing with agent, dealing with the government. Now only Rashek Reddy sir was saying, so if you press this, you will get all GOs sir, all circulars. That is not so complicated. You have in the mobile app that recently zone, so many are there. For dealing a real estate project, dealing with so many subjects, very difficult. Finally, here, those are the things about the Lord Rama. And our Honorable Prime Minister, he says, Rama is not fire, but energy, because of his life. And RSS chief, Mahesh Bhagwat, in his speech, surprisingly, he took the quotes of Mahatma Gandhi, he took the quotes of Sister Nivedita, and he emphasized the metaphors of Tulsidas, and was telling about the important aspects of Ayodhya ruled by the Lord Rama. One is universal welfare, I think you should take. Universal empathy, you should take. And polyphonic democracy means every person is heard and respected. That is the core of Ayodhya ruled by Lord Rama. That's what they said. So kindly see with that perspective my presentation. That is only my point I want. I will not go, don't think, no, one-sided sir is telling. I will not tell one-sided, but time is also constrained. So he has taken some from that. That is why from his the perspective with the tinted glasses, I think he has seen very positive about me. There are so many negatives from me, but that you could not see. Anyway, my point is that the Rera, compared to the other acts, the Real Estate Regulation Development Act is very beneficial legislation that you should understand. The regulation development, not only regulation, development is also required. That is what section 32 says, 33 says, 34 says. It is only to promote the real estate sector. But others also to protect the interest of the consumer or the home buyer. Thereby their confidence level, their confidence levels will go up. They repose a lot of confidence in your sector. Thereby it will be promoted. The main intention is that. So here you can see in the Act, Section 3 talks about the registration and the eligibility of the projects. Here many people will have so many doubts. Today also our All India Federation of Rera chairman came. Srikant Baldi, Himachal Pradesh chairman, he was the CS also. So we were discussing in the evening. So our people also raised some questions as far as exemption category. So with regard to registration, so all residential and commercial projects need to be, of course, after the enactment of Real Estate Regulation Development Act 2016, they need to be registered. That many people of you know. Whoever not registered and advertised, we imposed penalty to the extent of so many projects. I think they are paying. But there is an exemption. The projects on land 500 and less, below 500 square meters, they need not to come to us. And units more than 8, they need not to come to us. It doesn't mean that they are not under our control. Many people have the doubts. Today only we discussed. This is with regard to this less than 500 square meters, less than 8 units are exempted Section 3 and 4, that's all. With regard to disclosures and also registration. But other aspects, if they violate, we have every authority to adjudicate and give orders. So that is the point. Many projects are coming because nowadays bankers, they are giving any credit if Rera is not registered. That is why less than that also they are coming. West Bengal, they went down to 200 square meters, for your information. So then ongoing projects, many cases are coming now. What are the ongoing? Any project, even for rules also, which are approved by the local authority. Local authority means HMDA or GHMC or the corporation or UDAs or the panchayats before 1/1/2017. Not only that, they should take completion certificate before that. If they don't take, they will very much come under the purview of the Rera. They should get registered. If they don't get registered, if somebody comes, I need to impose penalty as per the violation of Section 3. That is this thing. So this is about the registrations. Coming to the next slide, please. Now on registration, it is very simple. Rashik Reddy Sahab also, when he took as president, he asked that. On the day we joined, there were 351 projects. All 351 I disposed except 27 where there are gaps. So that way we completed. Today I assured Rashik Reddy Sahab also, the Act mandates 1 month. Take it granted, I am not taking more than 1 week, 10 days. Every week twice, preferably Monday and Friday or Saturday, I am holding authority meeting. So even it comes to desk 4, that is the chairman, I am involving everyone. Just let them see, and I am approving, passing the orders. Accordingly, the certificate is being generated. Not more than 1 week, 10 days. Some projects, bigger projects also 3 days, 4 days. This is perfect, only 3-4 days. So that way, I think you should appreciate that, and it is pro developer. And I assured, actually Rashik Reddy Sahab also, Shekhar Reddy Garu was also asking, why can't we give instant? Definitely I can work for that. Only point is, this is the pan India, it is not specific to Telangana. So the other people may ask, why are you giving Act provides for 1 month? You should go through. Instant means you are not looking at technical aspects and legal aspects, financial aspects. No, many things, as he was showing mobile governance, many things I think system can see. You can trust the promoter, the developer. You can have that kind of thing where you can take 1 week later and do that. Let us give instantly the registration number. That was my thinking. Of course, I need to discuss with them because I need to work along with other RERAs in the country. So that problem also would be there. But definitely we will drive towards that. Today, for 1 week, 10 days, not more than that we are taking. So now application to RERA registration, then the registration to be granted within 30 days, they said, second one. But I am giving within 10 days. And promoter, once we have given, they should create the web page for all the project and provide all details. All details will only on 18 aspects. 18 has some actually some importance. Many people, I don't know how many of you know about the importance of 18 in Hindu mythology. See, in Mahabharata, 18 Parvas are there, and Puranas are 18. So luckily in the act when I read, there are 12 items and declarations are 6, put together 18. The 19th one is left to us, whether you want to do or not. These 18 items I think you should put in the website. Our website, anyway, you are submitting that. Based on that only we are giving the approval and giving the registration number. So then sale or booking of the project can commence. Once you get the number, it must be publicized, and also website you should number that also you should mention, and this registration will be valid till the completion of the project and phase as declared by the promoter. You will only tell 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, but that should be within the timeline given by in the permission. If it is as I told you, which is not required, is the exempted. I told you already. Go to the third one. Next slide. Yeah, this is very, very important. I was telling to you 18 items, na? No project promotion or advertisement or marketing would be permitted before registration under section 3. So my point is only, I request through you, we are not going to the districts. I requested Rajshekar Reddy sir. One day he asked, let us go to Khammam. The Khammam, there was a issue, a discussion was going on. One corporate said, what is this Rera? Let us not have Rera. Remove it. It cannot be done. It is a Parliament Act. This Act was legislated based on the list provided in the concurrent. In the concurrent list, Schedule 7, they have taken 3 items. Item 6, this talks about dealing with the non-agriculture properties and the registrations. Second is the contract. Item 7 is the contracts. And item 46 about the jurisdiction. That is why the matters which are falling under the Rera, the subjects which are falling under the Rera, all other courts are barred. Civil court, they cannot interfere. As far as the matters which are falling within the Rera and the subjects of Rera to adjudicate, the other courts are barred. 3 items they have taken. That is why Parliament legislated the act and the state adopted and passed the rules. It is not the vision of any corporate or any chairman or mayor. I thought of going. Then Rajshekar Reddy Sunday we will go, sir. Unfortunately, I could not go because that day I gave time to my Kamaradi College students, the faculty. So they got the autonomous, they got 15 crores. They have taken time. That is why I could not go. But maybe after elections we will be visiting all towns with the help of the CREDAI and Rajshekar Reddy sir. So that is the point. Second, application to be made for registration to the project and provide the following disclosures. So in the 18, I think you must be knowing. Even then, I think there is nothing wrong at the cost of repetition. I should tell. These are the important things. 18, na? There is 18 Puranas. If I don't tell, I think we should forget about the Indian way of life. And 18, the Parvas means Mahabharata is lost. Mahabharata is lost, life is lost. So there's such a great epic. It tells so many things about life and the society and how to deal. So considering that, as far as our Rera is concerned, these 18 points to be done by the promoter or the developer, like the Mahabharata and the Puranas, the Vedas. So first is the brief details of your enterprise, the name, registered address, type of the enterprise. Second is the details of the project launched in the last 5 years, and any litigations are there, status of other projects and delays last 5 years, that they should tell. Then authenticated copy of the approvals and commencement certificate. So this they should submit. Some people they are submitting without signature, so that shortfall is going back. Whatever is there when you are submitting, for example, HMDA plan is there, we should see the signatures, na? That is the authenticated copy. So authenticated copy means that copy must be attested actually. So now we are not insisting, but tomorrow we will ask, because today only one project when we examined, they put the approval copy. Then we will ask, na, what that you are going to advise, you put. What they have done, na? So in that neighbor's land is shown, In this advertisement, he is showing a clubhouse. So when he exhibited in our Rera website, that is nothing but symmetry of information. Prior to 2016, there is a asymmetry of information. Now with the act, we are providing symmetry of information between the developer and the buyer. So this is sacrosanct. You should stick to that. So when you shown, you are bound to show. Although it is not there, it is not there in the plan. You are bound to. You are violating the section 12. So you are bound to pay the compensation, because under that impression he bought. Of course, he is expected to see this also, but you are not supposed to do that, na? So some people they are doing, it is not correct. So that is why we asked authenticated copy of the approvals. Then the sanction plan, layout plan, specifications of the proposed project as sanctioned. That we should show, not beyond that. And the plan of development works to be executed, proposed facilities to be provided, including firefighting facilities and drinking water facilities, emergency evacuation services, use of renewable energy. This is what mentioned in the act. And the location details of the project, clear demarcation of the land proposed to be developed, and pro forma of allotment letter. What allotment letter you are going to give the pro forma? Agreement of for sale. That agreement as per our rules, annexure whatever is there, that you should follow. Then the conveyance deed that proposed to be signed with the allottees, that also they should mention. Number and type and carpet area of the apartment for sale, along with the exclusive balcony and open terrace area, and the number and area of garages for sale. That also we need to mention. Name and address of real estate agents, and the next one is the contractors and architects, structural engineer and your CA. Declarations by an affidavit. These are another 6. So when you are going to complete, and the deposit of amounts D, that about our designated account, 70% account will go there, and if you want to draw, I will take the certification of the CA in practice, architect and engineer, and accordingly in proportion to the completion of the project that I will draw. That kind of declaration you should do. In this first proviso says the promoter can withdraw the funds in proportion to the percentage of the completion. Second proviso, the proviso as certified by the engineer, architect and CA in practice. So that in the D we should say. And audited requirement is proviso 3. That is the in D3, get his audited accounts within 3 months after financial year, certified by the CA. And the CA must certify, sign and the statement of accounts verifying that the amounts collected have been utilized for the project in compliance with the percentage of the completion. Here my request is that I have sent the notices to all the earlier builders. Now as on today there are 7,500 projects, of which 1,500 are completed. About 6,000 projects are under progress. I requested all of them because earlier they have not done. So I gave the notices through the mail and message also I sent. Luckily they responded. Almost 2,500 they submitted the quarterly reports, quarterly updates, and also annual accounts about 500. My point is, this is the statutory requirement. Somebody comes to me and file M form, and if I adjudicate, they say no, they have not filed. Then your section 61 will come into play. So I need to impose penalty to the extent of up to 5% of the project, because this you have not complied. You are supposed to comply. So basic compliance you should do. Nothing will be there, na? Quarterly you should do, and that provision is made only in 3 forms you should submit. Kindly see that in quarterly you should submit that. That is what it is there, and the annual accounts also you should do. Then timely approvals, whatever that you committed, that post registration these are pending, that whatever the approvals that you are taking from the computer, that you should submit. That is the E declaration. Submission of prescribed documents. F, the promoter must declare that they have submitted the all required documents as prescribed by the rules and regulations of this act. So M it is left, that is the 19th point. So I am not touching that. That is only given the window, whatever in the maybe regulation, others if you specify we need to do. If not, only 18 aspects I think you need to submit. Based on that we will give. In this some functions what already I mentioned, but in detail. Go to the next one. whatever declarations you have done, those are. Specifically is the website. Once it is registered, I think you should create that kind of thing, and also quarterly update about the list number of types of apartments and plots sold. So we actually gave the format as per that. And garage is booked, approvals taken, status of the project, you have to submit section 11(1), it is very clearly there. And provide information to the allottees. In the section 11(3), they clearly said that when the allottee is booking, you should give sanction plan, layout, stage-wise schedule of completion of the project, including the provisions for civic infrastructure like water, sanitation, electricity. Those things we should mention. And in general, there is a response for our obligations and responsibilities and functions under the provisions of the Act and rules, regulations. You can see 11(4)(a), and responsible for obtaining lease certificate and completion and occupancy certificates as per 11(4)(b), and providing and maintaining essential services until takeover of the maintenance by the association. 11(4)(d) is there. And you should enable the formation of the association or society or cooperative society of allottees within 3 months of majority of allottees. So section 11(4)(e) very clearly provided. It is the responsibility on you and also responsibility of the allottees to form the association once they reached 50% booking. Then after executing agreement of sale, you should not mortgage. Even if you mortgage or create charge on the land or the plot, the apartment, if created, should not affect the rights and interests of the allottees. 11(4)(h) clearly says. Even if they do that, it doesn't affect the allottees. It will not have any bearing on that. So the Rera rules prescribe the developer to declare stating that the promoter shall not discriminate against any allottee at the time of allotment of any apartment, plot or building, as the case may be. That you will give in declaration form B, that is prescribed in that. Next please. Then veracity of advertisement, as I was mentioning to you, section 12 says, let us stick to that. If any deviation is there, compensation you need to pay. Adjudicate officers see that and they will do. Then advances, section 13(1), it says up to 10% it is fine. If it is touch 10%, definitely you should get into the agreement of sale, which is shall be registered. Then alterations, for example, here there are two sections, 14(2)(1). It says if it is a minor with regard to that flat or particular apartment, if it is minor, you can just declare and take the informed consent and do that. If it is a major means declaration and alteration, that means you are going additional floor or going some other, you are taking TDR, you should take consent of 2/3 of allottees as on the date, and also approval of the authority. Then only you should go ahead with that. And section 15(1) also, if you want to transfer the majority of rights and liabilities, you should take 2/3 consent, 2/3 allottees consent, and also authorities approval. Then only you can transfer. So these transfer, this is there. This is about go to the next one. The other one is about interest. Of course, same thing applies, even allottees and the promoter. So the interest, the highest marginal rate of SBI plus 2%, not more than that. And handover, I think section 18 you should hand over as per the timelines. If not, they can ask cancel and take the refund along with the interest, or they can also ask compensation. With regard to the section 18(2), defective title, there is no limitation. Any point, the promoter is accountable for that. Allottee is not responsible for that. Then defect liability, it is there in 5 years. That is on the workmanship and structural design and other aspects. Many people argue 5 years is very big time, but in all other countries 10 years is there. So I have gone through the countries this thing also. After as per that 5 years it would be there. There so many are coming. Kindly focus on that. Whatever is prescribed in the agreement of sale or the sale deed or your brochure, you should maintain that the increased assertion on the quality of the work. Then coming to the agents only there are two sections, section 9 and section 10. 9 tells about registration. Without registration you should not do, first point. That is how after formation of this Rera, there were only some 2200, not 2000, some 1900 are there, agents. I have taken up with HRA, they also cooperated me a lot, and now today it is 3300 agents. So we are going to introduce the certification also. We build the capacity. I think effectively the message will go down to the home buyers. So the section, the 9 and 10, it is there. So registration and their disclosures. If it is crossing 20 lakhs of their turnover, they will come under the scanner. They need to submit the returns, because under PMLA so many names are coming, because that the terrorist financing they are getting involved. That's why separate eye on that. So they need to submit the returns. Go to the next one. With regard to allottees also they have the rights and the duties. They have also responsibilities. So if you see, as far as rights is concerned, of course, approved sanction plans and layout plans they can take. Stage-wise time schedule of the completion of the projects and the payments also they can ask. Claim for possession of the apartment as per the time period of completion committed by the developer or the promoter. Whatever that you published, I think you should stick to that. Claim for the refund of the amount paid along with the interest in case of failure to provide possession of the property, and the claim for the refund of the amount paid in case of revocation of is registration. So that they have. Coming to the duties, next slide please. Make payment within the time as specified in the agreement. This is the duty of the complainant, allottee, and if he doesn't do that, liable to pay interest on the delayed payments. So you are also being asked highest marginal interest rate of the SBI. It is coming to some around 8%, 8.3, 8.5 like that, and plus 2%. For him also same thing will be applicable. He also need to pay the interest. Then participation in the formation of the association of society or the cooperative society. It is you should also enable. It is the responsibility of the allottee should participate in that when it is initiated. Take position within the 2 months of receipt of occupancy certificate. So after occupancy also they may not take over. If they didn't take over, they say no, the amenities you should pay. That is why this 2 months period is there. Once it is given, within 2 months you should occupy and participate towards the registration of conveyance deed. That also some people they may avoid, but that is the duty, they should do that. Coming to ours, so agents are, promoters, developers are finished, and agents are finished, then allottees are finished, then we are coming in the way. So here we have, as I was mentioning to you, we have the functions which includes 32, 33, 34 also. 33 2 is only to promote the real estate sector. There are several aspects. 32G is part of that. I requested Rashekar sir, they gave 10-member panel, and also Neredco I have taken 10 members panel to form the conciliation firms, because the adjudicating the issues on sustainable manner. In the legal routes, even adjudication, there is a one person win, one person failure. In conciliation it is not like that, win-win. They will come via media. That is a sustainable solution. If not, they keep escalating. Like traditional legal routes, our of course speedy disposal, Rera, and also cost effective. We only collect 1,000 rupees. But you will not keep quite here. Na? After this, either you or that person will go to the appellate tribunal. After that they will go to High Court. After that they will go to Supreme Court. So that cost will be there and also takes lot of time. So considering that 32G, it is only to encourage the real estate sector, to promote the real estate sector, to develop the real estate sector, so that 32G provides for formation of the conciliation forums. I thought of doing, in the meantime when initiated, discussed 2-3 meetings, Rashekar sir was there and he gave lot of input and feedback and also suggestion. Luckily in the September we got the Mediation Act enacted. So Mediation Act 2023 section 3H specifically says mediation and conciliation is equated. Both are same. Then I took that that provision. Accordingly, I entered MOU with the International Arbitration and Mediation Center. So we have taken the panel from CREDAI, 10 members, 10 members from NEREDCO, and 10 members from the consumers, resident welfare associations. So these 2 members will be in the conciliation forum, and there would be third person who is the mediator. Mediator usually retired High Court Judge, Supreme Court, they are sitting. So we formed the conciliation forums. This is selected by the computer. Among 10, computer will select for that board, and mediator they will give. Here from the consumer also they will select. So now some 11 cases I referred, and they are working on that. So this we have done. And here about registration regulation of the real estate sector, and also maintenance of database that we are doing in our website, and the fixation of standard of fee to be levied on the allottees, promoters and the agents, that also we have done. Ensure compliance of its registrations, regulations and other obligations for the promoter allot agents, and ensure compliance of its regulation orders, this thing under section 32, that is the functions. Coming to the powers, we have 35 to 38. So we can give suo motu or on receipt of complaint, call for information and conduct of investigation. So whenever complaint comes under 35, some complicated issue is there, I entered MOU with Administrative Staff College of India. I entered MOU with Engineering Staff College of India. So SK is now giving both. Based on that, we are adjudicating the matters. They also give the information to both the complainant and also the respondent. Both can be there. They will prepare the report and they submit, and based on that we adjudicate. We will hear both complainant and respondent. Accordingly, that we will do. And Rera also may issue interim orders as per section 36. That and when the adjudication is going on, I can give. Otherwise also you can give. Rera may issue directions from time to time to the promoters, allottees, as it may consider necessary, and such directions shall be binding on all concerned. Section 37, that is there. And 38 is about giving orders about penalty or the refund interest, that in any contravention of the obligations they can do. Rera rules also the additional powers that they give require the promoter and allottee or the real estate agent to furnish in writing such information or explanation, produce such document with such reasonable time as it may deem necessary, and any public record or the document or the copy of such record or document from any office subject to provisions of the Indian Evidence Act 1872, that we can ask. Then next please. The revocation of registration, it is there, section 7. We can revoke the registration as any default is there as per the act and violates terms and conditions of the approval given by the competent authorities, local authorities, and involved in unfair practices or irregularities. Unfair practices means practice which for the purpose of promoting the sale and development or any real estate project adopts any unfair method or deceptive practices. So the opportunity of course will be given 30 days notice. Without that we cannot revoke the registration. On consequence of the revocation is section 8. We will debar the promoter from accessing its website, and list of developers as defaulters that we will publish in our website, and display their photograph in the Rera website. Inform other regulatory authorities in the country, states and union territories for publish the same. We can freeze their bank account. This may even include handover of the development of to the association of allottees or competent authorities upon consultation with the relevant state, the government, that we can do. This is about revocation and all that. Next please. About adjudication, here the first is Rera. We adjudicate on section 18 and 19. Our adjudicating officer will give compensation on section 12, 14 and 18 and 19. So on 4 he can give compensation, but on specific aspects. The only 4 aspects is there. Section 71, 72, if you see, you can understand. So here the Rera only refund and interest that they will do, and adjudicating officer also will do, and appellate tribunal and adjudicating officer, there is a time. Once complaint comes, within 60 days they should dispose. As far as Rera is concerned, the timeline is not given. Even then we are maybe disposing 2-3 months. When we joined, there was about 800 complaints. I heard all. I pronounced orders in more than 87 cases. You can see in the website. And about 18 amicably settlement arrived at with some arm twisting. Some 11 I refer to IAMC. So others also, now the pendency is not more than 2 months old. So complicated will take a little more, but I am not giving more than 4 adjournments. I am building the capacity of the advocates. Not only in this time, when I went as a joint collector to Nalgonda, you should understand, I keep telling the all advocates that time also. So I used to hear every Saturday I used to start at 10:30. I used to go till 2 o'clock. After the 2 o'clock, half an hour Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita about life only. See, when I went in 2013, I am seeing the cases of 2007. Imagine, 2007 means 7 years with JC, Collector Revenue Court. After all, 10 guntas, 20 guntas, 1 acre 10 guntas, it is not a big asset. And spending so much time, 7 years, every hearing coming like this as a culprit, small thing. And prior to that, maybe 4 years with RDO. Prior to that, 2 years with Tasildar. 2 plus 4 plus 7, that means 13 years. After this, they will go to the High Court. Again, remand back. After all, your life is 100 years. In 100 years, 30 years is spent for studies, marriage, honeymoon. Then children are, then say, you are blessed with the children, then you will think of your properties. Then you will ask father, क्या क्या है? हाँ है भाई, उसका साथ ये litigation भी है. Then you go around the High Court, Supreme Court, that, this, that. Then you will cross 60. After that, my evening years of the life, you आप देख लो, whether you are giving asset or liability to your children. Such kind of system. So I keep building the capacity of the advocates at 2 to 3, 2 to 2:30. Anyway, if case is gone, other case will come. Kindly don't ask more than 4 adjournment maximum. There is no point. Why are you telling? You may argue. By seeing the movie, you argue like that. You argue for the sake of your client because you are taking money. You should argue like maybe the movie you have seen, that what movie recently, Pawan Kalyan, I bhul gaya. Vakil Saab. Like that you can argue. You have seen the movie, you also do that, you will also be happy. But I will not be carried away by that. I will only see material facts. I will go the full position. I will go by that. To satisfy him, okay. First hearing, second hearing, third hearing, okay. You cannot ask more than that. I am very sorry. So here also I am limiting, not more than 4 hearings. Whatever, if you want to submit, let submit, I will give another 3 days, but no pleadings. Sorry. Whatever you do, you do it. Based on the facts, I will go. What is so great about it? Life is very volatile, very small. Let us not litigate so much. This Rera Act came from for that point of view only. The traditional legal routes taking away lives. Time is life, by. In the life, only 2 things are reality. One is energy, second is the time. That's all. You may think, no, I can do by seeing Triple R Bahubal. It is not so. You cannot spend energy more than 10,000 kilocalories per day. If we attempt to do, I think you should realize whether you will be there on this earth or not. So many things are happening. So don't play with your vital organs of the life. This is the fundamental principle of life process. It has limitations. Kindly respect it. Respecting is utilizing your energy in a judicious manner. Where to spend, what to spend, why unnecessarily? You are playing with the very loyal servant of your body. Body means maybe your heart. Your heart works for you with unconditional love and service. from birth to death. Every day it pumps 7,600 liters of blood. It's only this much, more than 2-3 motors. Are you paying equal respect or repaying anything to it? Nothing. Be loyal to that. Don't loyal to any other person. Be loyal to your heart.